Hello and welcome to Matt's Casual Cooking. Today we are going to be making Imitation California Pizza Kitchen Southwestern Burrito Pizza. A very tasty and delicious dish that you can make if you're missing the taste of California Pizza Kitchen and you don't want it frozen. So come along with me. It's really easy to put together and let's get to it. All right, folks, so we're going to go over the ingredients that you're going to need today for this. Now, for starters, you are going to need, you're going to need a pizza crust. Now, you can either do store-bought, you can do a frozen one to buy from the store, or you can make your own. I do have a recipe for that, but we are going to do that at a later juncture. What you're going to need for your marinade, though, is you're going to need 1 tablespoon of lime juice, either fresh or store-bought. You're going to need 1 tablespoon of olive oil, and we're also going to need 1 teaspoon for later. You're going to need 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. You're going to need 2 garlic cloves, either pressed or you can use the jar. You're going to need 2 teaspoons of cilantro, and fresh is the best for this, so that's what you want to go with. You're going to need 1 teaspoon of salt. You need half a teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes. Now you're going to need just 1 skinless, boneless chicken breast. If you want to take a smaller one, you can. I won't go too large on it. And you're just going to want to cut those into cubes. Now, for the rest of the pizza, you're going to need 1 can of refried beans or refried black beans. You're going to need 1 tablespoon of water. You're going to need a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. You're going to need 1 small onion, and you're just going to want to slice that. You're going to need 1 4-ounce can of green chilies, and you can make them hot if you want, or you can make them mild. Then you're also going to need a 1/2 cup of shredded Monterey Jack cheese, and you're also going to need just 1 cup of cheddar cheese. Now, I'm using sharp today, but you can certainly use like a mild or extra sharp if you so choose, but hey, this is what I like to use a lot of time. So we're going to go over how to put everything together here in a minute, and I will see you then. Alright folks, so as you can see, what I've done is I've put all the items for the marinade in a plastic bag. Now, if you only have like Tupperware with a lid, you can put it in here and we'll put the chicken and like shake it around or just stir it around to get the marinade in it. But what you want to do first is just take your hands, try to kind of combine it together a little bit so it looks well put together. Then all we're going to do, take your chicken, whoops, I have to clean that up here after this. And then what I like to do is kind of zip it up a little bit of the way. And we want to press the air out the best we can. We're not necessarily going to be able to get all of it. And then just take it, swish it around. It doesn't have to be heavily marinated. We just need to get the surface all nice and marinated. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. So what we're going to do here now is you can either put this in the refrigerator, and if you just do that with the bag, I just suggest like laying it flat to kind of help whatever juices are down there to get to the chicken. But if you want also put it like in a Tupperware and just kind of lay it flat in here. Plus too, I like doing this more because if it does start leaking, that's not going into your refrigerator. It's going into the Tupperware. So what we're going to do now before anything else is you want to at least marinate this for 2 hours. So we're going to go ahead and put it in there, and I'll see you after 2 hours. All right, folks, so the chicken is done marinating, and what you can see here, that put it in a pan, and we're just going to cook it just for a couple minutes until it's cooked all the way through. And what you want to do too is add your teaspoon of olive oil with this. Now once that's done, just go ahead and set it aside. But what you also want to do now, you want to go ahead and get out your pizza crust, get that ready, and you want to get out your refried beans, the cayenne pepper, and the water, and you want to mix those together in a bowl so we can move on to putting the pizza together pretty rapidly. So I will see you then. All right, folks, so the chicken's done. I've already mixed the refried beans together, and you got a couple different options. You can see I've got a round 14-inch pizza pan for this today, and I've rolled the dough out already. But you can, if you want, roll out your pizza dough into a rectangle, or if you have a little bit smaller pizza dish, you can certainly use that. As you can see, I currently have the refried beans on here, and you don't want to run it edge to edge. You do want to leave a little bit of a gap on the edge here for your crust, and I'm just going to kind of knock that down a little bit, put that down. Probably won't go too crazy. Okay, so I think we're done with the refried beans, and just spread it out, like I said, as evenly as you can. So the order now is what you want to do is you want to take your chicken, and we're going to put it on top. Ooh, good thing I didn't lose that. On top of the beans. And again, make sure, don't do what I'm doing, clumping it up in one area. Just kind of spread it out. You got more than enough room here, so you want to go ahead and use the space you have. Okay, so that's done. So now what we're going to do is you want to get your onions out. And we're going to add those. I'm going to kind of dump that there for a minute. And just kind of spread them out. All right, that's fine. And then go ahead and take your chilies. And we're just going to kind of add them on. All right, and that's good. So now we're going to take take your Monterey Jack cheese, take your half cup, and we're just going to kind of sprinkle. All right, and then now for the last obvious part, we're going to take our cheddar cheese and just sprinkle, get a good covering of it. A little extra cheddar if you do it. It isn't going to hurt anything. It's like a little extra Monterey Jack. Is not too bad. So what we do want to do now is we're going to turn our oven to 475 degrees. And we're going to cook it for about 12 to 15, maybe 17 minutes. And what we want to do is we're just looking, obviously, we're looking for like a brown crust, and we're looking for the cheese to be nice and melted. So go ahead and do that, and I will see you at the end. All right, folks, so you can see we are done. And if you've never tried California Pizza Kitchen or just their frozen meals, let me tell you though, nothing beats a fresh pizza from them if you can actually find a restaurant to go to eat. But if you don't want it frozen, hey, we got the authentic right here. So if you enjoyed making this recipe today, like, subscribe, share, leave a comment below. I want to thank you for watching, and I know you got a lot of options in food channels, and I'm really appreciative you stopped by mine to make something with me today. So again, thank you, and I will see you next week. Take care.